Hello and welcome to Chip Advisor. Yes, hello there. I'm Phil and this is Chip Advisor. And this week we are talking about sausages and Mike's on the show. So anything can happen. I've got to go on holiday next week. I do not want to be editing. So, Mike, how are you?
How now, brown cow? Yes, very well, thank you. Should we just get it over and done with and say that sometimes, sausages and willies can be confused, and that, we're done, then, aren't we?
Yep. Fine. I mean, yeah, great. It's just okay. We are also here with Lewis. How are you, Lewis?
Blessings, friends and listeners. I nearly forgot my catchphrase. It's been so long since we've last recorded an episode. I'm all right. I'm on my first day of my holidays today, so feeling very relaxed.
And to confirm, you spent the first day of your holiday looking up sausages.
Yeah, that was a challenging Google.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah. Okay. We are also here with
Harry. Where's Harry? Harry!
Oh, I'm here. I'm a bit worried, I've got to be honest. Just worried about a scenario in which Mike has confused his willy with a sausage. But I mean,
Wow.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, you shouldn't get confused, but
well, no, it shouldn't be. But no, good. I think, yeah, I wasn't here last week. I was described as quintessentially English, which I quite liked.
Yeah.
I've never been described as a trifle before, but anyway, yeah, no. So we're all good, and I'm ready to talk about sausages.
Yes. Okay. You know that last episode, I put a call out. I said, please, someone use our email address that I set up. And Nancy emailed in with a bundle of suggestions for the show, including talking about, in her words, the humble sausage. Maybe that's the reference for you, Mike. Humble sausage. And
Okay.
and she has asked a lot of questions, which we'll get into later. But because she decided to email, we said, yes, that's what we'll talk about. So, Lewis, over to you. Talk to us about sausages and see if you can stop Mike interjecting.
Okay, well, I'll see what we can do. Well, I've discovered that sausages are actually an incredibly ancient food, going back more than 5,000 years.
Wow.
Anyone want to have a guess what country we might be thinking about? Or what region?
I know the answer, so I won't say.
Oh,
I'm going to say Africa.
You'd be wrong, but thank you for trying.
Is it our old friend the Greeks?
It's not, but we will come full circle back round to our friends the Greek. It's actually Mesopotamia. Anyone want a modern day Iraq and Iran?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well done. Well done, Phil.
Harry. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Always one of those.
Just come back from the protest, have you, Harry?
I mean, I don't think we need. Really?
Well, I'm glad you've mentioned that on this no edit podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyone know why sausages were invented?
Why were they invented?
Yeah, why were they invented? They served a particular purpose.
Oh, I don't know what angle is, Mike, but I thought it was an udder. Oh, it's your ear. Why? Genuinely, I looked up and I thought it was like the underside of a cow.
No.
Why are we seeing this?
I don't know really. It's a nice angle for me.
Is it
for you?
Oh.
This will be on the YouTube, listeners.
It's fine.
What do you think the side of Mike's head looks like? Please do email in chipadvisorpod@gmail.com. Sorry, Lewis, I've derailed it.
Okay.
So a use for sausages.
Well, yeah, they were invented for a particular purpose.
Well, I bet you. Well, sorry, Phil, you're going to say something insightful.
But no, I was going to guess storage. I was going to say because they stored stuff in, like, it was an intestine, wasn't it? I wonder whether if they kept all the gunk in there, it lasted longer, something like that.
I tell you what, you're not a million miles away at all.
It's going to be. I find it really interesting, actually, the things we talk about, and they're derived from people trying to use things up, right? So because in sausages, it's not just meat; it's all sorts of other things, isn't it? And it's a way. Is it a way of using things up, Lewis?
Yeah, well, as Phil said, it's a way of preserving. It was made as a way of preserving meats because you mix it with loads of herbs and salt and stuff, and it preserves the meat for a bit longer. And as Phil said, yeah, intestines and various other not massively pleasant things were used for the skin for sausages. So yeah, had a very functional purpose, which is why they're so ancient. But they have been found in loads of other places as well, kind of going back 5,000 years, but going full circle around to our friends, the Greeks. They're mentioned in Homer's Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know that's down your street, Phil. You know,
I'm about halfway through the Iliad, but it can be a tough read.
Right.
Are they big rivals, Homer and Herodotus? I never really thought about this. Are they like?
No, Homer was way before Herodotus, and Herodotus, I think a couple of times in his writings, he references things, glory and stuff being. He references glory, but in a way that it refers to Achilles.
What are you talking about? It's like another language.
Well, hold on to your hats, Phil. When you get to Homer's Odyssey, there is mention of sausages.
Yeah, lovely.
But goat based.
Okay, well, they'd eat anything, wouldn't they? It's food, isn't it, in those days?
Yeah, but there's very ancient kind of versions of sausages in Rome and in China that didn't get across to Britain until the 7th century. We're old friends, the Tudors. Brought them over, inventing the Cumberland. Any fans of the Cumberland?
Well, quite peppery,
like
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite peppery. Not bad at all. That, yeah.
So, loads of different meats that can be used in sausages. Obviously, usually for us, pork. But I'm off on holiday in a couple of days' time, and I'm off to Scotland, and they famous for having a square sausage.
Yes.
Do you know this?
Yeah, I have heard that.
Yeah, I've never had this, but I'm going to sample it while I'm there. But do you know what's different about the square sausage other than its shape?
It's got to be like an easier way to put it in a sandwich or something.
Well, I'm sure it does have functional.
It's got a different meat in it.
It's a different meat. It's a different meat.
Oh gosh, with Scotland, you can never quite tell what it might be.
What meat is it?
It's beef.
Wow.
And as I was telling Joe earlier, essentially you've made a square burger.
Yeah, I went to Costco today as a part of a business trip, and afterwards I'd never been to a Costco before, and afterwards they've got an IKEA style sort of, you can get a hot dog and a drink for £1.50, a little hatch by the checkouts.
Wow. Right, now we're into an area. When you say hot dog, what are you talking about here?
Interesting. They called it 100% beef hot dog, but
beef.
Was it?
Are we talking Frankfurter?
It was of the Frankfurter style. But
so what had been put in brine? Had it been brined? Because I'm not a fan of brine.
I think it probably had been. I don't know.
That sort of salty taste.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep it.
Okay. I was just surprised to see a beef sausage. I just figured that would just be a burger.
But yeah, I see beef sausages. So if I'm buying sausages and the finest sausages aren't on offer, obviously you've got like a hierarchy of sausages. You'll have the shop's own like basic sausages. Then you'll have their like butcher's style sausages, which I believe are still a step up from Richmond. We'll get to them later, I'm sure.
I agree.
But then you see like you got beef sausages, which I've never gone near. That feels like a trap. Chicken sausages.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're good.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to? Because sometimes I'll get a Cumberland or a Lincolnshire just to feel like fancy.
Yeah.
I know. I mean, this is going to upset Mike, but
Oh, yeah.
I'm a pork and apple man.
Oh gosh, I knew someone was going to say that.
Pork and apple.
Ridiculous.
That's the go-to.
I will only buy what I will only buy a posh sausage. I won't eat a Richmond. I won't eat a Richmond or anything lower. I need some texture. I need some gristle.
Oh yeah, but you want to combine it. So do you just get 100% pork sausage, or do you go like what about caramelized onion, Mike? How does that sit with you?
I'm down with that, or a Cumberland, or a pork and leek, or a Lincolnshire. All good. I just don't want fruit. Just don't want fruit anywhere near it.
But caramelized onion is quite sweet.
Yeah.
I can make that. I can square that off in my head.
Today I got home and my wife didn't know we were recording this, but I got home to a lovely serving of cowboy pie. Are you aware of the phenomenon?
Oh, no, I feel like I've heard of it, but I can't remember what it is.
Is that mashed potato with two sausages sticking out?
Well, no, I don't think so. So what it is in our house anyway is a couple of tins of baked beans.
Mm.
You cook up a load of sausages and you shove them in the baked beans. Then you top it with mashed potato, cheese, bake. And yeah, it's good. It's good.
Oh,
and she had used
that sounds nice.
caramelized onion sausages in there and they were delicious.
Mm.
Delicious.
So what are your go-to sides with your sausage?
Oh.
Well,
mash and beans?
Not mash and beans. It'd be mash and gravy.
Right.
But I wouldn't want beans if I'm having mash. I think they clash a bit.
Mash and beans with some HP sauce, please.
Harry, we need someone with some sense here.
Well, I mean, so you can't have sauce if you've got beans because you've already got the sauce there. So you can't double sauce. You're right. You're looking at either gravy or ketchup. And I mean,
hello.
I was listening to the music. I mean, you can't.
Sorry.
You can't go up against that.
Sorry about that. Production pause. I can't hear any of the music, so sorry. I thought you just stopped.
Yeah,
No.
I've got the music at a very strange level, but I can just about hear it.
Okay.
I'm afraid we haven't got time for production pauses. I am not editing this.
Oh dear. Okay.
I mean, I can hear it perfectly fine, but I mean that's
good, Harry. Good.
Little peek behind the curtain there for the listeners.
Oh yeah. So but you can do either, right? So any meal that you create, you can either have ketchup or gravy. Is what I think. Don't hold on to your horses.
So
unless you're having beans,
right?
Okay.
So I'm hearing what you're saying about the beans have got ketchup in.
Yeah.
So therefore you don't have a sauce. What if you're having a full English? You're not having ketchup on that, or a bit of brown sauce? What are you having?
Come on, surely you're combining a bit of bean juice and some ketchup there.
Possibly, but no, not always. And I can tell you an interesting fact. I've never consumed a milliliter of brown sauce in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, is our next night out sorted?
Well, this is our next episode sorted.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've said this before. I wrote to HP before we got married to try and get a sponsorship deal because Holly, HP, Phil, and they were having none of it. But yeah, you would have had some then if they'd have sponsored it, or indeed if you'd come to our wedding. But
I wasn't invited, I don't think. So anyway, let's gloss over that.
No, dear.
Quickly, come on.
I think it's actually fine because I think I got married a week before you did, so I think I was on my honeymoon at the time, so it's fine.
That's why we didn't invite you.
Yeah, that'd be it.
Anyway, thanks for the invite to yours.
Yeah. Well, I was glossing over that bit. I don't think it's out of any sort of prejudice or not liking it. I just don't think I've ever had it. Brown sauce, that is. That's what I was talking. That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Sausages have a function on the full English breakfast, which is a fry up, of being the breakwater for the beans.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're the stopper, right?
Unless you're going ramekin of beans.
Oh, I'm not a fan.
Why?
No,
Why do you want to stop the beans?
Okay, well, let's say we've got hash browns
Yeah.
and the bean juices are traveling slowly towards it,
Mm.
and you've got your hash brown there, it's going to get soggy. Not interested in a soggy hash brown, thanks.
Well, yeah. Well, I suppose if you're a bit weird, like the new Democrat vice president keeps talking about people being weird. I mean, that sounds a bit weird to me. You're talking of demonstrations. You just get on and eat it. I think you're getting very anxious about your meals, creating dams of sausages to stop the inevitable flood of bean juice.
I think bean contamination should be a choice made by the eater. So if I wanted to mix,
That
my
sounds
beans
like you don't like beans. That sounds like bean contamination.
I do, but I don't want them softening my hash browns. There, I've said
I do
it.
feel like we're in the middle of an episode of Alan Partridge here.
Well,
I'm pretty sure, aren't we just repeating an Alan Partridge?
We are, and it happens all the time. My apologies, Harry.
So
Lewis.
no, hold on. What you could do, and I believe this is how they built Stonehenge. You could put your hash brown on top of two sausages. Thus,
Yes,
the beans could surround them in some sort of flood, and they would remain dry. But you could also, using the ancient Neolithic,
just confirm that's how they made Stonehenge.
Yeah, they got the big stones from Wales, I think, although that might have been discredited recently. And they rolled them on tree trunks, which are cylindrical, and that's how they rolled them along. But so it would serve two purposes. It would stop them getting soaked by the bean flood, and you could actually push them around your plate on the
transport
two
them,
sausages, transport them to a different area. I mean, heaven forfend if the fried tomato gets anywhere near that hash brown, or what? Because it's from...
that's got no place on a fried breakfast.
Yeah.
No. Well, I took my son to a place called and I can't remember what it is. It's on the way to Wimborne from Cranbourne. Aunt Fanny's. Careful, Mike.
Aunt Fanny's.
Oh, yes.
They do a really good caramel shortbread, but instead of shortbread, it's flapjack. Sorry, I interrupted. Carry on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think you're derailing my anecdote. And there was, I forgot to not order the tomato because I don't like tomatoes either. And my son and my full English breakfast came with tomatoes, and I felt so bad. I forced them down, which I thought was about the most British thing I've ever done, and I am, remember, quintessentially British. And and rather than offend the people, they're absolutely horrific. But anyway, sorry.
But I would say then, if you manage to, I think if I put a tomato in my mouth, I would instantly throw up because I cannot stand them. The fact that you've managed to eat one makes me think that, much like our children do with some foods, I don't think you dislike them. You just don't like them as much as other things.
Well, that could possibly be true, and goes for many things in life. But it's the way. I mean, and it is going to sog up that. Basically the hash brown is like a sponge, isn't it? So you pierce that tomato, it's going to cascade out like some sort of Noah and the chap that put the finger in the dike. I can't remember what he was called, but and so you really don't want to be having your hash brown anywhere near there. So really, your sort of oasis is the bacon for your hash brown.
So where are you rating your sausage on a full English?
Yeah.
Where's the sausage coming? In top 3?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
The sausage for me defines a breakfast. I judge a cooked breakfast by the sausage.
No, bacon for me, I'm afraid.
I think you struggle to get bacon wrong.
Oh no!
You can.
You get all the rind that's all like floppy. I need bacon pretty much incinerated before I'll eat it.
Oh, okay.
And you get it in a greasy spoon. You'll get the bacon that's been shown to the pan and then taken back out again. And you think, I'm not touching that.
But fried
Hey,
or
listen.
fried or grilled?
Oh, what bacon?
Bacon, yeah. Well, or sausage, depending.
All of it fried, really, if I can.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll take either.
Well, there's a
Quick-
problem with cooking your
Sorry, go on.
sausage. That's all right. I was just saying, with cooking your sausage, one thing we've not is talked about the nicknames for sausage. Obviously known as bangers.
Yes.
Why is that? Why are they called bangers?
Well,
Because they explode if you don't pierce them or something.
yeah, basically. But actually, it comes from World War II, where the sausage was of not such good quality because it was filled with all kinds of things to kind of pad it out because meat wasn't as available as it is now and had quite a high water content. So yeah, they used to explode when you were cooking them, and they were given the nickname bangers.
Yeah, because you're not supposed to prick them with a fork now. Delia told us this in the mid '90s. That you're not, because they get very dry if you prick them and the moisture content comes out. But Lewis is absolutely correct. You used to have to do that because there was too much water in there.
I regularly prick a sausage.
Oh, well, you're in for a dry sausage then. But I suppose you need it nice and dry to soak up the bean juice. So it's
There we go.
Yeah.
Quick tip.
Quick tip. Yeah, sorry, Mike. Quick tip.
Oh, air fryer.
Can you air fryer sausage?
Here we go.
No. Simply that. Any time of the year, if you go and buy a Premier Inn cooked breakfast, you can take 2 children with you for free. They'll eat for free. I have, on a number of occasions, taken my 2 boys to Premier Inn for a cooked breakfast of a Saturday morning, and it's cost me $9.99 for the 3 of us.
Yeah, they have just increased their price. It is a fantastic breakfast, to be fair. Yeah. Often at a table next door.
Yeah.
I
In
think
the UK.
I think Pizza Express did a similar thing where children ate free, and Matilda, my daughter, had this school concert where they all had to go and sing at Christchurch, and the school took 30 children with 3 adults or whatever it was to Pizza Express, and the children ate free. So that's a true story.
Oh, brilliant.
Wow.
What are your top 3 then? So mine are for the record. Sausage, beans, and then controversially, it's made a bit of a comeback for me. Fried bread.
Oh no, I don't like.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the fried bread.
Yeah,
fried bread for international listeners is literally what it sounds like. Put loads of oil in a frying pan, chuck a slice of bread in there, and then turn it over, cook it. It goes rock hard, but then when you bite into it, you can suck out a load of vegetable oil, and somehow it's nice.
If you get it wrong, if the oil's not hot enough, you're in big trouble.
Yeah,
I've experienced that before. So no, I'm not fried bread for me.
Okay.
I do quite like, and I mean, it's getting us back to sausage, is black pudding.
Oh, now that is something I've never tried, and will never try. Try it.
Oh, I like black pudding.
Yeah.
So is black pudding a sausage, Lewis? Because it is just blood, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's known as a blood sausage. I think is literally what it's called. Blood sausages. You get them because you get versions in other countries as well. Blood sausages.
Yeah. It's not solid blood though, is it? It's got
it's got oats and stuff in it.
Yeah.
I'll happily eat a sausage with some hoof and some ear in it, but I will not eat blood. I draw the line.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't get a lot of it in your in your cooked breakfast, do you? So I mean, you want a little. You wouldn't want a 2 sausage amount of it. You just get a small sort of disc, and that's
No, thanks, Lewis. Change the subject.
Lewis, that's out. And the Botto brothers have decided
we can't talk about that. I'll bring my feedback on haggis.
Right. Well, that's
I've never had haggis, so when I come back, I'll let you know about that.
Yes.
We've talked about the kind of the quality of different sausages, and Mike.
Yeah.
has to be high quality. I was reading about earlier on the person who, I mean, whether this is true or not, but made a very expensive sausage. Anyway, in 2015, old Kevin Turner, he made a sausage which was.
Oh, I know Kevin Turner. He was on Ready Steady Cook.
I'm not
was
sure.
he?
I'm not. I just.
Oh,
I don't.
That's
I think
Brian
that's
Turner.
Brian Turner.
Brian Turner.
Yeah, I think
As you were.
This was
And
a
he's-
butcher.
And he's no longer with us. So let's.
Oh, but he might have been in 2015.
Yeah. But this
Can
guy
you
Brian
tell us when
Turner?
he's deceased, please?
Hang on, Brian Turner isn't dead.
Is he not?
he's definitely a
No,
chef,
you're
but
thinking of Anthony Warren Thompson or something. Brian
Is he
Turner's
dead?
not
is he
dead.
dead?
I don't know.
I don't know that Warren Thompson's gone. I think the Irish one with the
Oh.
ponytail. I think he's gone.
Yeah.
I tell you what.
You're
The Irish one with the
thinking of Gary
ponytail. The one that
Rhodes.
looked. No, the
Gary
Gary
Rhodes.
Rhodes went.
He's not
Yeah.
with us anymore.
The Irish one with the ponytail that was a bit like Liam Neeson. I will
Oh,
find you.
Is he?
He's gone.
Is he gone? I
He's
think
gone.
Brian Turner's gone. I've got to be honest.
He's
Hayes
not
breaks
gone.
it.
And Brian Turner's only 3 years older than Anthony Warren Thompson. Who knew that? Well, there's your fact, listeners.
Well, can we circle around back to Kevin Turner?
Oh,
Kevin
sorry,
was-
yes.
The butcher.
Actually, Dave, did you know that joke about Anthony Warren Thompson and the sausages? And
No.
he brought out a range of sausages, and it said "prick with a fork" on the front, and no one knew whether it was an actual instruction or
Oh.
just a.
Oh, lovely bit of work.
Anyway, Kevin.
Kevin Turner.
Who's your favourite Turner? Who's your favourite Turner?
Kevin
Oh.
Turner.
Anthea, come on,
Really?
only one.
Oh.
Oh. But anyway, do you want to know about these sausages?
Oh, yeah, sorry, yes.
37 pounds per sausage.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. This feels like something you'd get in Cranbourne, Harry.
Yeah.
Made with the rare Mangalista pig pork, marinated
hang on.
in.
Sorry, Lewis.
Oh.
Mike, whatever you've done, you sound like a robot, and now I've got to edit this.
What?
Oh, there you are.
You just turned your screen off, and then it went.
I was trying to check if the girl from EastEnders was Lacey Turner. It is, so she's my favourite.
Oh, okay,
Okay.
well done.
Sorry.
Well, yeah, I'm glad. Play on, Kevin Turner. He's
Well,
made the
yeah.
sausages from Cranbourne. It's the longest story ever.
I feel like this is going to be such a letdown as a fact
Oh,
now that
someone's
we've
at the door.
circled around
Right.
it for. So, 37 pounds of sausage made from rare Mangalista pork, marinated in Coburn's 1947 vintage port. With a few, lovely black truffle shavings, some powdered sep mushrooms, and a bit of blue cheese in there to help it along its way.
Does sound quite
Cheese in
nice,
the
I think.
sausage sounds good.
Does sound nice.
I've not tried port. That's on my hit list. But
Well, port is nice. Obviously, 1947 port, I imagine, is doing a lot of the heavy lifting with the price of that sausage, because I expect that is probably pretty expensive.
Oh,
How much was it?
Brian Turner has a website, and his first line is "Welcome to my website," which I think means he hasn't really done much with it in a long time. But I can confirm he's very much still with us, so that's good.
Is he on tour?
I don't know.
Has he got any live dates listed?
No,
I'd check, but it would make me sound like a robot.
For
Okay.
our international listeners, Harry, do you want to describe Brian Turner?
Brian Turner
Surely there's an
What?
about me. There's a bio, surely.
was is, because he's very much still alive,
Yeah.
a chef that became famous in the mid-90s, aka the best time, on a program called Ready Steady Cook and Can't Cook Won't Cook. And he is famously the mentor of James Martin, who sometime presenter of Saturday
hate him.
Kitchen.
Do you know why I
and-
hate James Turner?
James
so
Martin.
Yeah,
much?
because
I
he
hate it.
because he went to ITV. Him and Titchmarsh. They
No,
said,
Don't
"Oh
get
no,
me
we're
started
not
on
making,
Titchmarsh.
not making any more television," and then they skedaddled off to ITV.
Oh,
Anyway, sorry.
I've got a photo of Titchmarsh that I've been meaning to send you all.
Oh, okay. Is it?
I watched Linford Christie, the documentary. Very good.
Oh yeah,
documentary,
yeah,
not
very
seen
good.
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a clip of him on Pebble Mill racing Linford Christie outside. Get out of it, Alan.
I
Oh,
rest,
like
mate.
Titch Martin, but James Martin, I've heard from 2 people who have actually met him that he is
Yeah.
so far up his own backside,
Mm.
you would not even possibly imagine he could see. But yeah, I've heard he's not a very nice person, and he
Yeah.
comes across as smug, which is one of my least
okay.
favorite character traits.
Also,
Okay.
he was the death of good Saturday morning kids TV. We had Going Live. We had
Sam and Mark.
TMI with Caroline Flack.
Live
Sam
and
and
kicking.
Mark. Live and Kicking, and then for some reason that slot was just removed and replaced with James Martin doing some cooking.
I feel like there was a time
With
gap
the odd-
between those 2 things.
I don't know
about
that there was
2.5,
The odd-
about 2.5 decades, probably. Wasn't it?
No, TMI with Caroline Flack and Sam and
Oh, I
Mark.
don't know what
Yeah,
that is.
but then they had Dick and Dom in the bungalow and that sort of period, which we can gloss over.
Well, it was a operating time for us, wasn't it? That, but yeah, but it was replaced by him and the occasional ident of Keith Floyd from the 80s. Very disappointing.
So Lewis, Kevin Turner, how expensive
yeah.
was his sausage?
But always the raccoons before though.
Oh yes.
£37 a sausage.
Oh, I thought that was the weight. I thought that was the weight.
No, that was the price.
Well, that's not too expensive considering the pork content.
There you go.
Feels quite expensive.
I wouldn't buy one, but these days, if you're going to a barbecue, you might pay £6 a sausage. Anyway, Lewis, my apologies. I won't interrupt you ever again. Is this how? I mean, it's an insight into how I feel when I ever prepare anything.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I mean, I'm coming towards the end of my research at this point.
Sorry.
Oh,
you're right, Michael.
Sorry, someone just fell over in the 3,000 meter steeplechase. It looked really very sore on that track.
I do love steeplechase, where they jump in some water just to cool down.
It looked very painful. Little man from Uganda has gone down, and he'll have, at the very least, he'll have a graze there, quite a nasty graze.
I mean, did you meet him when you went to Uganda, Mike?
I have been
charity trip.
I don't like to talk about my charity work, but I don't. I was building mud huts for. Oh gosh, another one's gone flipping. It's like the Grand National. This.
It was
no.
in the 3,000 meters. Did you watch that this morning? Or so?
I'm watching it now, mate.
Or 5,000 or something. Anyway, Danny Mills is. Well, I was listening on the radio. Danny Mills' son, footballer, it's called George, and he runs, and he got pushed over, and he made a complaint and got back into the final, which I thought was very good.
I heard that.
I mean, that's a joke that it's Danny Mills' son, surely.
No.
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 Yeah,
I mean, he looks about the same age as Danny Mills.
For our international listeners, Mike, can you just explain who Danny Mills is?
Danny Mills was a bold, even at a very young age, footballer who played for Leeds United in the Premier League, amongst other clubs, including such as Man City, and has gone on to be a co-commentator and part-time pundit, and is vaguely annoying, I would say.
Yeah, fine. Lewis, what else you got on sausages?
Well, would you like a quiz?
Oh, you know what? That might just refocus us. I would love a quiz.
Okay. Have we got some...
It's a quiz, it's a quiz, it's a quiz, it's a quiz.
I mean, I think we probably... Oh, sorry. I think we probably just need to say for reference that it's, as we record it, is the 2024 Olympics, because it's got rather confusing if you're listening in 2 years' time. Why?
The little Ugandan man got up and still got silver, which is nice, isn't it?
That's right. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Some of us are going to be catching up. Some of us aren't. Some of us are fully attentive to this podcast recording.
When you do watch it back, they're putting a fez on the guy that won. He's Moroccan. Oh my goodness! Talk about cultural appropriation.
Join the protest, Mike.
But what I would like you to check out if you do watch it is, it appears they've rewritten the track. It looks like they're just cutting across a whole load of it, cutting corners.
Oh yeah, to do the water bit. Because I was watching I was watching the old, not they weren't old, they were quite young. The ladies.
Sorry,
crikey. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Good grief. I mean, I can't believe the word sausage has only been mentioned about 10 times. I've got a tab up here. I've got a tab on my computer for Brian Turner, which
you're being
which
very
will not
aggressive,
cross off
Phil.
now.
Why are you being so aggressive, Phil? Stop being aggressive. You've got an aggressive tone of voice then. Stop de-tabbing Brian Turner.
Well, I can't de-tab him, and if I can scroll down, but I can't cross him off, and it brings me to a different Brian Turner who's got a YouTube channel, and he says, "My name's Brian Turner. I'm here to teach
Welcome
you
to my website.
how to get buff, eat good vegan food, and have fun."
Oh, Brian's not a vegan. He's very. I would imagine he's anti-vegan if he's anything.
This guy, Brian Turner's got a website, and it's buffvegans.com. I'm not going there.
He's not a fan of a sausage.
Yeah,
I'm really sorry. We'll get to your quiz in a minute, but I had to get a taxi yesterday from a meeting to Newcastle Airport from Newcastle City Centre, and I got into the taxi with myself and a couple of colleagues, and admittedly it wasn't the best of starts, but I got in and I said to him, "Has anyone ever told you look a lot like Ken Bruce?" No, he didn't like that at all. And so the conversation flowed. He told me how he couldn't stand wokery. Basically, he was a big, gigantic reform voter. And, shout out to, any of those that are listening. Feel free to switch off. And he was talking about wokery. Anyway, at the end, we'd had quite the discussion in terms of our differing political views. And I said, are we going to keep in touch?
Did you do that? Did you do it in a Geordie accent?
Oh, I should have done. He hated Ant and Dec. I don't know what his problem with Ant and Dec were. I've never met anyone who doesn't like Ant and Dec, but he really could not stand them. Anyway, we're not keeping in touch.
The fact that I forgot that you can't hear music, so for the whole of that was playing the Moroccan national anthem or a song from Morocco, at least on my soundboard. Because you're talking about Morocco,
right?
And I thought you're not flinching. And then I remembered halfway through that you can't hear it. So
can't hear it.
You've got background music there that is slightly inappropriate. Right, Lewis, quiz.
There was a skateboarder today that was 51. So there's hope for us all.
There is hope. There is hope.
I watch the speed walking, which is the weirdest sport out there.
I can't watch speed walking without thinking of Harold Bishop on Neighbours.
Yeah,
that was power walking. Very different. Because he was taking weights with him. But also, I believe the walkers are running. They're just doing a jaunty run.
They get cards if they're deemed to have been running. They get cards, and then they get put in the sin bin.
And rightly so.
I learned this morning. Anyway, would you like a quiz?
Yes, please. We've done that. Yeah.
No, hold on.
Oh.
Because yesterday, well, I watched with my mum, and my mum is not very well. We don't need to get into that, but the speed climbing. Have you watched that?
Oh,
no.
I
mean, and in an odd situation anyway, watching the speed climbing, and they do this thing in 4 seconds. It's utterly incredible.
Is it like the Gladiators Wall?
Yeah, well, probably. I don't really know what that is because I know you're big on the Glads, but yeah.
It was an ITV, Mike.
Oh, yeah, of course it was. Sorry, yeah.
I wasn't allowed to watch it. Yeah. Do you know what? I was never allowed to watch Neighbours, and then my mum thought one day, we'll just see what Neighbours is like, see whether Harry can actually watch it. And that was the episode Daphne died in a car crash, and I was never ever allowed to watch it after that. I thought, what are the chances of that happening? Anyway, do you know what I think? I think we should do a quiz about sausages.
I cried when was it Toby got shot? Not Toby. Oh.
Toby's mum.
No, it was not.
Terry Mangle got shot by a duck hunter.
Yeah.
No, who's the guy who died? He looks like he should be called Toby, but that wasn't his name.
Not Toby
anyway.
Mangle.
Got run over on the way to the abortion clinic.
No. No. Guys, we've really got to keep on moving.
Would you like a quiz?
I'm going to assume there's some music playing at this point.
Christian Smith.
Todd Carter.
Yes, he died.
It's Todd. That's what I meant.
That was it. Yeah, got run over trying to stop someone not going through with it. Anyway, quiz.
It was Todd. Yes, yeah. Lewis, what's your quiz?
Okay. Well, I don't know how we top all of this, but I'm going to find out what you know about the countries that export sausages and the tonnage of what they export each year. I've got the top 12 exporters of sausages in front of me here. We're going to go round. We're going to have 3 rounds, and all you got to do is guess a country, and you get a point if it's in the top 12.
Great.
Okay. Right. We're going to start. I'm going to start with Harry because he's next to me on the screen. Harry, sausage exporters. Which country do you want to go for?
Well, I'm going to start with the UK.
You'll start the UK. Unfortunately, not. Do not
Oh.
feature in the top 12.
Oh no.
Seems
Right.
like a terrible one. I don't know why you went UK.
Nil to par.
We're not exporting anything these days, guys.
No.
No, and I don't want to be picky, but both you and Lewis have said exporting, and it feels a bit
Exporting.
Exporting,
please. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, we said exporting. Settle down.
Yeah.
You're being aggressive again.
I'm not.
Yeah,
It's just
you are.
no. It's just
Very aggressive.
I was listening to The World's Greatest by R. Kelly the other day, and I don't know whether if I'm allowed to. Anymore.
You're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to.
No,
You're not allowed
limits,
to,
mate.
And there's a word he said in that. Edit that out. There's a word he said in that that really annoys me. That sometimes, I'll try and remember that. In the meantime, is it me, Lewis?
It is you, Phil.
China?
No, unfortunately not.
Sausages, mate. Trust me, as someone who's been to China, they're not interested. They are not interested in sausages.
That was a weird one to go for first.
I feel like it's definitely a more Route 1 option.
Right.
Here.
I'm going France.
France, yes. 44,000 tons of sausages.
A lot of them from Toulouse.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Round to Harry.
Argentina.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, it is good, but it's not there. It's good. I can see why you went there, but not there.
Beef.
Yeah.
Anyway, what I was saying is there is a word that R. Kelly can't say, and I can't work out what it is or remember it. So, someone, if you could write in, if you know what it is.
I think the word is sorry.
Oh, okay.
Oh, crikey.
Okay, Lewis, I will suggest the fatherland, Italy.
Yes, Italy. They're number 3 on the list with 75,000 tons of sausages exported each year.
Oh, that's a lot of meat.
Yeah, number 3 on the list. Mike,
can I have Spain, please?
Oh,
you can. Yeah, Spain level with Italy actually in joint 3rd place with a lot of sausages. We're still missing. We're going to go round one.
Yeah, don't worry, I've got it. Lewis,
okay, we've got the top 2 left. And let's go once more round. So Harry.
I just want to let you all know I'm totally okay with being 3rd on all 3 rounds. Totally fine with that. Just
okay,
to put it out
there. Good. I'm glad you're good with that because that's what we're doing. Harry.
I don't. Do you know what? I don't know, and frankly, I don't really care.
Oh dear, Harry! Now he's being aggressive.
Oh dear.
I don't think I get home.
I was being aggressive. I'm not chastising people for eating black sausage or having never eaten brown sauce. Russia.
Oh, looking down the list.
Don't think many people are buying off Russia at the moment, mate.
No, Russia aren't on the list.
Can I go for this one?
Come on, Phil. Someone's got to get number 1 here, surely.
Germany, surely.
Germany, number 1. Phil, 165,000 tons of sausages exported. If I'm saying that correctly, in Phil's ears each year. So well done.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I once had a sausage in Germany in a city that doesn't smell like it sounds like it should, Cologne, and it had the sausage was way out of the bun. I'm talking 3 inches either side. The bun was almost comedically small, but that's just the way they were serving it, and it meant that you could enjoy both sausage on its own and then the combination of sausage and bread. And I was a big fan.
I
Feels
don't want to enjoy sausage on its own. I want my sausage to have onions and ketchup.
Yeah, it's going to get complicated with the condiments, isn't it? If
Yeah.
it's hanging out the end.
Yeah. I mean, it gave me an opportunity to test the sausage in its rawest form, and by rawest form, I don't mean that because it was cooked.
You could dip it though.
Yeah, it could dip.
You
Yeah,
could
I
use
suppose so.
because you're using the bread as a handle in that instance. Never been to Germany either.
Oh, haven't you?
I'm going to Germany in September.
Of course you are. You spent 40 years in Verwood and now you're jet setting around the world like
No,
it's going
I'm off
out
to
of
I'm off to
fashion.
Berlin.
Why are you
Berlin? I am. Yeah. Yeah. To the IFA conference. Anyway, can I have my third and final guess?
You can have your third and final guess.
I'll go the US of A, please.
No, they are not there. This list is very European dominated.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, Germany was number 1, and then Poland number 2.
Oh yeah, they do like sausage in Poland. That is true. Kielbasa is a type of sausage they eat a lot of.
Phil's been to Poland.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah.
I've been to Poland once.
Have you drunk all that 4 litres of Pepsi behind you?
Oh no, that's no that so yes, it doesn't work so well on audio podcast, but no that 2-litre bottle of Pepsi has been in the fridge all week, and I'm just having the dregs of it with my dinner.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Lovely.
You've reached a point where now you don't need a glass.
Well, yeah, that last bit of the bottle, you don't need to be washing up on that.
Yeah, fair. Can we guess a few more countries quick fire, Lewis?
Yeah, you can. I've got no idea what the scores were there, but
well, I think I won.
Turkey, please.
No.
Portugal?
No.
Oh no, said Italy. Yeah.
Yeah, you've got Italy, got Spain.
Belgium?
Yes, Belgium are in there.
Fricadella?
Oh, I love a fricadella.
I know you do.
Yeah. Headed to Belgium this summer, I am.
Of course you are.
That's my actual holiday. Headed to Belgium. We'll definitely be having a fricadella.
I mean, Harry is furious that you go to Belgium. He seems to have left.
Oh dear.
Oh, no.
Great offence at that.
Well,
Okay.
it's mainly lying down. South Africa?
No. Do you want the rest of the list?
Not really.
No.
I had when I was in France. When I was in France, I had a merguez sausage. Merguez.
Oh yeah.
A friterie, and that was delicious. Very red though, which I didn't know what it was I was eating.
Yeah.
Blood. That was
Paprika.
Oh,
blood.
thank goodness. Yeah, thank goodness. Oh, Paul. I mean, right. People on YouTube now, who experience this, looks like Mike's got a very tiny hand compared to the size of his head.
Well, it is smaller than my head.
What, your hand?
think.
Is it?
What is that on your head?
Is it a Coke bottle top?
No.
I
It's
don't
sort
know.
of yellow.
It's my hair?
Have you removed a Coke bottle top, Mike? Don't you like recycling?
No, I don't. We
Hey,
discussed this before.
Right.
A real pain
Lewis,
in the
tell us
backside.
the answers. Tell us the answers. We've got questions.
Okay. You missed Austria, Denmark, Slovakia, the Czech Republic, and Hungary.
What?
No, fair enough. So I think that's a list of European exporters.
Yes, it sounds primarily only European, actually, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're the big exporters of sausages.
Yeah, well, you've tricked us with your quiz and rendering it null and void there.
Anyway, I won that. Thank you.
What? You didn't win.
I did. I got 2.
Well, I got 2.
Well,
got it
very
wrong.
much. Very much.
We
like
don't want to
all
drag
the-
this out. We don't want to drag this out any further than it already has been, frankly.
Yeah, okay. Questions.
Oh yeah, questions.
Dave says,
Dave.
have chicken sausages, especially Heck, which is a brand in the UK, taken the sausage crown?
I do like a chicken sausage.
Yeah, I don't
they are-
mind them.
They're healthier for you, aren't they?
They're very strange to fry though, because they seem to sort of have no fat within them, so no oil or comes out of them, so they're very dry.
I've never had a chicken sausage. I've had a chicken burger from Heck, and that's quite nice. But chicken sausage just seems wrong.
Well, I don't mind them.
Bit like turkey bacon.
I think they don't
brilliant.
taste it very much, do they? I think that's the problem.
So have they taken the sausage crown, or has Dave lost it?
And Dave has completely lost it.
Well, wait, who's got the sausage? I'd very much judge a sausage on its font.
What?
Right. You know that
If there's some nice calligraphy on the packaging, that tends to indicate a good sausage.
If they've used monotype Corsiva font, you're happy with that.
Yeah, very, very much sort of your Tesco finest, Sainsbury's best, that kind of vibe.
Does feel like you should be moving next door to Harry with this sort of attitude.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's my favourite. It's my preference.
Your approach to sausages is like my approach to churches. Always judge it by its font.
Oh,
Very
yes, Lewis. Very good.
Oh, thank you.
Very good. We have had a question from Joe. And she asked, does anyone actually like Richmond sausages, which for international listeners are fairly cheap sausages that you can buy over here? I would describe them as the high-tech trainer of the sausage world. Yes, they're a brand, but you'd kind of be better with something unbranded in middle school.
Okay, controversial here. I usually keep a bag in the freezer just as like emergency dinner.
What, of Richmond?
Yeah, because they're like your frozen ones. That you get a big bag of frozen ones, leave them in the freezer. They can stay there for months, can't they? But they're always there.
I think all
How many
sausages can be
people does
frozen.
it take to oust a vicar for his opinions on sausages?
Yeah.
Harry might start a petition up. Harry, are you a Richmond sausage fan?
No, I'd never eaten one of them either. Not knowingly.
I'm not saying they're not my go-to, but they're just like an emergency dinner if you ever need it.
I would check your security cameras because there are angry mobs gathering outside your house as we speak.
Oh, I can see them. They're
yeah.
There's Jill with the dog walking past. Yeah, she's gathering. Yeah.
I will, however, jump to Richmond's defence when it comes to their veggie sausages, which, in my humble opinion, are the best ones.
Okay, so you're shouting me down for Richmond sausages, and now you've brought veggie sausages into the equation.
I'm just saying that so I was a vegetarian for a number of years, and the issue with veggie sausages back in
We've
the
all
day...
been a vegetarian for a number of years.
Okay, brilliant. Okay,
none.
Right. So
Zero.
Brilliant.
Oh, very good.
You're right. Okay, right. So
power
my
of math.
theory is that Linda McCartney, had she not have been with Paul at some point, she would never have been allowed to sell her horrible sausages because, ironically, they tasted of leather, and she only really got a range of veggie food out because of who she was married to. That is my opinion, and I'll stick to it. In those days, veggie sausages were vile. However, Richmond have made an acceptable veggie sausage. That is
I like the what the cluck ones.
Oh no, you'd like them because they're expensive.
Great font.
Right. Okay.
See, my view is that Paul McCartney would never. It was just running off the coattails of Linda McCartney's vegetarian food. He would never have been the man he was if it wasn't for Linda.
Okay, well that's something I wasn't expecting to hear.
Desperately trying to work out the Partridge quote there. The Beatles, very much the band Wings could have been. Yes,
that's it.
Wings. No, I can't remember.
Wings only the band of Beatles could have been. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We got a question from Vicky, and she says, this is directed at me. or indeed Mike. Being a Botto and a sausage lover, I wonder if Botto's Italian sausage are any good. They're a brand of sausage in America, and I wrote to them once asking if they would do mail order sausages across from America to the UK, and they wouldn't because they
There's
would be
not a lot of
bad.
sausages being exported from the US of A. That much
No,
I do know.
exactly.
That's what we-
However, I got tagged a few years ago when a friend of mine was living in America. I got tagged in a post and it said, Phil, these are very nice sausages. So I can confirm to Vicky that Botto's Italian sausage is very good. That is all I've got to say on the matter. Zoe says, what are the worst sausage ingredients? I did not enjoy a horrid one with apricot in.
Amen, sister.
So worst sausage ingredients might be just anything fruity.
Anything fruity, mate. Leave it alone.
Lewis?
I don't remember having. I can't think of anything that's sort of particularly offensive in a sausage I've had.
Okay, well that's good. Harry, what
Yeah,
sausages do you have if you have sausages?
Oh, well. What sausages do I have if I have sausages? I have Tesco Finest, pack of 5. I've had to migrate to the pack of, no, not 5, 10. Pack of 10 rather than 6.
Oh, chipolatas.
No, that's 12. So I can sometimes.
The
But no,
withering tone that you don't know
Yeah.
your numbers
Yeah,
of sausages,
come on.
Phil.
Come
Sorry.
on.
Sorry.
Yeah, 10. I do. I mean, I do quite like the Bramley apple and pork ones. Got to say.
Be
But that's
Bramley
about,
apple.
that's Bramley apple. That's the Tesco range is Bramley apple. But that's as far as I'll go, and I'm not buying all these different ones, particularly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. Right. James says, my vote for the most practical, delicious yet obscene hot dog is the Franski hot dog, which he's encountered in Copenhagen, which you were saying the Danish they export quite a few sausages.
Going to Denmark anytime soon, Mike?
No, I don't think I am. But nothing planned at this stage.
Okay. Keep us informed.
I have been.
He sent a picture of this sausage, and it's like a baguette, but you hold it, and the sausage meets the bottom of the bun, but very much protrudes out of the bun in a comedic sort of shape.
Well, that sounds like your sausage experience in Germany.
It does, but it's only coming out of one end.
Ah.
Yeah. Okay. Michaela says, are there any other foods that are only nice if you try hard not to think about the ingredients?
I think that goes for all meat, doesn't it?
Yeah, haggis.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
black pudding definitely would be.
Mm.
Well, I don't know if it's nice, but I'd certainly have to not think about the ingredients.
I mean, presumably those two are actually sausages because they're in some sort of intestine, aren't they?
Oh dear.
So
These days they don't really. I mean, like especially mass-produced sausages, they're not in intestines. They're in like synthetic stuff, aren't they?
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the pedal bin bags.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not
What?
wrong. They're on just a long roll.
Yeah, just little pedal bin bags, and they just through they go.
And do you find the cheaper the sausage, the thicker the casing?
Oh yeah, I hate casing. That's why at the end when you used to when we used to get sausages when we were kids, the end of the sausages I would refuse to eat. I would only eat the center section of the sausage because the ends I don't like it.
Such a
crunchy
bloody
sausage.
diva as a kid you were, honestly.
You just refuse
Right.
it.
If I
Did you
tried
just
that in
get
my
the end,
house, you just wouldn't have had any sausages because they'd have been whipped off your plate and given to someone else.
I just have pictures of Mike just with the ends of sausages on his plate, and Phil's eating all Phil's got the middles.
Yeah, Phil's favorite child.
Yeah.
I'm not Kevis, but we used to have a cat called Fonzie, and he used to sit on the kitchen table when I was eating my dinner. And if I had the ends of sausages, I'd put them to the edge of the plate, and he would like kind of slowly creep towards the plate, like, and we'd pretend we can't see what he's up to, and then he'd just grab it and grab the. So he'd hook the end. So I was feeding the cat, so it's fine.
Sorry, I don't. It's a quick question. You
Yes.
didn't like the end because you didn't like the casing, but then very often the casing is shrunk back from the end, so you're not actually getting any casing anyway.
Oh yeah, no, no. The sausages we had were cheap and nasties. I would say they were lower than Richmond, and the ends of the casings. And I'm not blaming Mother for her cookery skills; she was a professional cook. But
You
the
say
ends were
professional
always
cook. I mean, she was
okay.
she worked in a school canteen. I don't. with all due respect, she's no Anthony Warren Thompson.
Or Brian
Michael.
Turner.
Or Brian Turner.
Oh my god!
No,
Listen, I very
Mikey,
much
no,
does a
Mikey,
great
this was
stew.
so not right.
But I'm not sure. Professional chef, maybe overcooking it if you'll excuse
I
the pun. ever
didn't
so
say
slightly.
professional chef. I said professional cook.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you're being a bit mean.
If you work at
She-
McDonald's, are
she
you a
couldn't
professional
teach-
cook?
No, they probably give it a trendy name, don't they? You know, like Subway. We've had members of staff apply to us who have previously worked in Subway, and their job was like a sandwich artist or something.
Right.
So it'll be at McDonald's. They probably call it something weird like that.
Okay. In which case, maybe back in the days of school canteens, they gave them weird names like professional cook. We'll let her be a cook. It's fine.
Right. Okay. Fine. So Nick says, "Why are hot dogs called hot dogs? Did they once contain dog?"
Oh.
Lewis?
My research was not that extensive. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, if you could have a look whilst I ask his follow-up question, that would be great. Because my computer's dying and I've still got Brian Turner on it. What is the strangest sausage filling you've ever had? We've had camel and kangaroo in Australia.
Oh no.
No, that's too exotic for me. At Eurovision in Italy, outside in one of the food vans, I had it must have been like another type of merguez sausage, but it was very pink, looked very uncooked, but it was very spicy. Don't know what meat was in it. If it was meat, that would probably be the most exotic I've ever had. I've certainly not had camel or kangaroo. Harry, what's the most exotic meat you've ever had?
Oh, exotic meat. Well, I was going to say sausage. I quite like a chorizo sausage from Spain.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
nice, yeah.
nice.
But you wouldn't eat a whole like sauce. You wouldn't eat a whole bit of chorizo.
Well, no, you can get chorizo flavored sausages, which I would eat, but they're
one.
not the same as chorizo sausage because that's
Yeah.
like air dried, isn't it? And that's slightly
Yeah,
different.
yeah.
But the most exotic thing I have ever eaten, I don't know. Swan, I suppose.
Sorry.
I really think you have been particularly nasty on this one.
It wasn't nasty, it was delicious.
Hang on.
They were all owned by the Queen and she's no longer with us, so they're all the free for all now.
Fair game, if you will.
Oh, it's the foul actually, but anyway.
Oh.
Can I just confirm I've never eaten swan?
Just for legal reasons, I would like to retract my previous statement.
Yeah, I have had duck though. That's quite nice.
I think that, yeah, I think we've had this discussion before, but I very much strongly disagree with people eating duck.
Why?
Because they're cute, aren't they? So you shouldn't eat things that are cute.
I had to look after someone's ducks once and geese, and they'd chase me around the field. It was absolutely dreadful. I had to.
Well, geese are different.
Well, the ducks were there as well, egging them on.
I mean, based on your
Like
cute
Zamo
thing.
with Cleaver and Grange Hill. It like round the back. Go on, get him. It's like they hissed at you. It's absolutely terrible. And I had to vault over a barbed wire fence, nearly causing me injury to.
Do you know there was a boy
tried-
called Tim.
Yeah.
Tim, you might know him actually, Harry. I think he lived your sort of way growing up.
Yeah.
Tim, somebody he requested me on Facebook the other day, and the only thing I remember about Tim, other than being a bit of a big boy, was
in what way, Mike?
Sorry,
in what way?
A big boy.
Well, both in stature and
Sausage.
and size, really. But he went to jump a barbed wire fence, and he ripped open his nether regions, his
Carrier bag.
his carrier bag. I had to have it stitched up. Absolutely horrific.
Oh,
I really think you have
Absolutely
been
horrific.
particularly nasty
His
on this one.
giblets.
Why have you? Why have you brought Tim up again?
Because Harry talked about vaulting a barbed wire fence.
Oh.
Whenever I see barbed wire, I think of Tim's carrier bag. Genuinely, it's a trigger.
I could also confirm that my giblets were still in place after the duck incident.
Pleased to hear it.
Anyway,
I
Anyway.
once got bit by a goose.
here we go.
And
Phil's tall tale.
Here we go.
this needs a jingle, doesn't it?
I once got bit by a goose, and
Yeah.
my
They
dad
haven't got any
claimed that-
teeth.
yeah, nonsense. They do. I got bit by them, right? So we were at Farmer Giles' farm, which has now been shut down. It was somewhere near Salisbury. It was that way, and it was one of them where you could buy a bag of feed, and for some reason, any of the animals would eat this feed. So whether they were a goat, a cow, a goose, they blooming loved the stuff. So my dad said, just be brave, just hold out your hand, and it won't bite you. And it bit my finger, and I cried for ages. And Dad, he gave me no sympathy and said, geese don't even have teeth. He hasn't.
He
bitten
was
you."
quite right.
And that was a big lie, because they definitely do have teeth. Otherwise, why would my fingers have hurt? Geese are vicious, but ducks are lovely. You can eat as many geese as you want. I don't care. Anyway, Andy, is it true, Phil, that you like a good sausage? Yes, Andy. Don't mind a good sausage. Don't mind a good sausage.
So so geese have hard, spiky cartilage called tomium,
Teeth.
which are not teeth, which they use for feeding and defense. So you were obviously threatened, that goose, Phil, and it was only by tommying you in some sort of self-defense.
Well, threatening it by giving it food. I mean, it's a bit of a rubbish threat.
I mean, we've learnt this evening you're very passive aggressive. So who knows? Who knows? I mean, perhaps the goose suggested that someone might eat a tomato, and you were so livid that you hurled the bread at this poor defenseless goose, who had to open up its mouth and show it your tomium.
I visioned your dad giving you no sympathy, whereas your mum took you and bought you a hot dog, but with no ends on them.
No, she didn't buy it. She had professionally cooked it up.
Of course,
on a primer stove in the boot of the car.
If I remember rightly, they used a distraction tactic, and we went and milked Daisy the cow, and I had a squeeze on her udders, and it took my mind off things because I was freaked out. It looked like Mike's ear did earlier. Yeah.
Whilst Kevin was bought an enormous ice cream because
exactly. Birdzilla.com. Since geese eat grass, why do they need rows of sharp teeth? Anyway, we don't have time for me being right all the time. James says, when's a sausage, a pudding, a patty, or a burger? And there could have been some grammar in there. When's a sausage, a pudding, a patty, or a burger?
Shape, isn't it?
It's got to be shape, isn't it?
But what's the pudding bit?
Black pudding, I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, got it. Well,
Yeah.
but then
But
a patty is a burger, right?
Yeah, and well, like I said, but in Scotland you have a square sausage.
Yeah.
That's what they call it. I don't know. That complicates things.
Well,
Yeah.
at McDonald's, you have a sausage patty in the sausage and egg muffin.
That's
Oh, I
true.
love them. I love them. My wife, we bought you can get frozen ones now, like in supermarkets that taste very similar to that. And my wife last year was trying to separate them and stabbed her hand, had to go to hospital because they don't separate well. So
No.
do be careful. And if you are separating, use more of a palette knife than a brand new razor sharp knife.
Well, there's been a couple of great tips. The old Premier Inn and the careful with knives.
Careful with knives, always a good one. Also, Mickey says, "Can you fingerprint a sausage?" Which takes us back to Alan Partridge in a lovely full circle way. So, thank you, Mickey. Yeah, no, you can. I saw a man in lockdown had made a piano out of sausages. The keys played and everything, but the sausages were the keys. If you Google sausage piano.
I've googled enough. I've googled enough things about sausages today.
No way.
I have thoroughly cleared my history. I'm not going back in with that Google.
Yeah, I think if you Google sausage piano, it'll bring up a piano made of sausages. It's a German person. It's got 10 keys made of sausages, and he's wired them to a circuit board with crocodile clips. Do you remember them from school? Crocodile clips.
It was the Jimmy Nail song, I believe.
Damn it! I was coming in with that. You beat me to it. Sorry.
I'm fresh out of Newcastle, Harry. They were actually playing Big River by Jimmy Nail in the Newcastle airport last night. So I was there singing away to myself. Yeah, great. It's just true. It's weird, but it's
Any other business, gents?
I do have one actually. If you've not,
I've got some more questions.
No.
I'm
Okay.
no, don't no me. It's just I just want to check that the questions that were asked by Nancy, who emailed us, have been answered. What makes a sausage, and when is it a banger? Well, you've answered that. Yeah. How much sausage is too much sausage, Mike?
I would say stop at a double sausage, and yeah, that's enough. Two. Or in the muffin, double up by all means, but don't get. Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because in the 10 sausage scenario in our house, me and Mrs. B are having 3, and the children are having 2.
Right. Okay.
I once went to. We were going to a show at the NEC for work, and on the way up, we always like to stop. There's a beef eater on the way, or you can eat breakfast. Anyway, me and 2 colleagues of mine.
Should have gone to Premier Inn, but anyway, carry on.
Well, there's a Premier Inn next door. It's all linked. And my colleague had 9 sausages.
No,
and
too many.
Yeah, that was too many. Anyway, as he finished his 9th sausage, my other colleague, it was during COVID at the time, my other colleague got a text saying, "You have been near someone with COVID. You must isolate immediately." And so we then drove home with him furious. So all that happened that day were 9 sausages were consumed. It was a very odd day.
We have a chap at work, not dissimilar actually, who was challenged that he said that he could eat 20 McDonald's cheeseburgers in an hour.
No.
And they said they'd buy they said they'd buy them for him if he was able to complete the 20, they'd pay for them. And he did complete it, 20 in an hour.
I think I could do 20 cheeseburgers in an hour if you remove the gherkins.
Yeah, I think that'd be allowed.
Okay, yeah.
I think I could eat 9 sausages for charity.
Nancy asked about a foot long. Is it better to have a foot long or 4 regular size sausages?
Oh, foot long.
You love a foot long, right?
I absolutely. The day of our wedding, I thought the wedding breakfast prior to getting married was the breakfast on your wedding day. I've now learned that that's not quite the case. But yeah, the wedding breakfast we had as our breakfast on a wedding day. We had a battered Bigfoot, and it was sensational. So it was Bigfoot sausage, baguette, but battered, not the roll, just the sausage, with cheese, onions, and ketchup. Sensational.
A wedding breakfast.
Do you not remember this? Brilliant.
Nancy moves on to say, finally, what makes the perfect sausage sarnie?
Oh, butter,
Got to be butter, yep.
crusty bread.
Ooh, but then your sausage is at risk of
here
pinging
we
out.
go.
I don't
Well,
think it
no.
is.
So you've got to cut the sausage in half lengthways.
Oh, so I wouldn't cut it in half. I think you're losing something from the experience if you cut it in half.
No, you're stabilizing the whole structure.
You are stabilizing. You're absolutely right. You are stabilizing it. Maybe I like the thrill of the risk associated
Yeah, that
with
could be it. Life on the edge.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say crusty bread personally, butter, and some ketchup, not
Mustard.
brown sauce.
Mustard,
absolutely not.
fried onions.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
Oh,
But is that a sandwich?
Oh,
I
yeah.
suppose. Yeah, I
Yeah.
suppose it could be, couldn't it?
In a hot dog, I quite like combining ketchup and mustard.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
English or American?
American, I think. In this instant,
Oh yeah.
for a hot dog,
Fine.
for a ham
I-
ham sandwich. I mean, very much English or perhaps Dijon, but yeah.
I don't know why that's funny, but it is.
It's not funny. It's not funny. It's French.
Yeah.
Right. Any other business, Mike?
Oh well, it was only sort of slightly related to Tim and his plastic bag, but also that I've been watching the Olympics the whole time, and actually that we're doing a sausage podcast. Did you see the pole vaulter that
Yes.
got eliminated because
Yeah.
his willy hit the pole?
Oh,
Right. No.
Yeah,
didn't see that. Just
he knocked it off with his bits, and it fell
Oh,
off. He was over, and then on the way down.
it's
yeah.
Exotic.
Because he was
Lessons to
very
be learned there.
Because he was very pleased to have got over it, right?
Yeah.
Lovely. Harry.
I should
any
imagine
other
he's walking around
business?
pretty pleased with himself, full stop, to be honest. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh well, it's more of what have we learnt this evening, and I think we've all learnt not to go for an emergency meal at Lewis's house.
Yeah, I think that is fair.
Oh,
Lewis?
Well, I just want to remind you that you did all come over, and there was no complaints about the sausages consumed during the Euros at my house.
Well,
I didn't have any, Lewis. I went straight for your burgers.
gonna say-
Yeah,
only 3/4 of us had the sausages. Yes.
Will we
And
be
there was
asking Richmond's if they want to sponsor this episode?
It's been high and low for them, really. They've had a bit of a push on their veggie sales, and any publicity is good publicity.
I was going to say.
But maybe when the publicity is saying they're pretty bad, maybe it's not good publicity. My only other business, it's just I just needed your opinion on this. I was eating some the other day, and it was only then I realised that eggs have the same consistency as eyes, and I wondered if
They
whether...
don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Pickled onions have the same consistency as eyes. Eggs do not.
they? It strikes me that pickled onions are a bit too firm.
What?
If you were to cut into the
Well,
blue
you're
colour around
talking-
my eye, would it seep out like yolk?
yeah. What type of egg are you talking here?
You're talking
I-
boiled
I-
egg, surely.
Or poached?
Fried. I mean, just that sort of gelatinous feel. That's
No,
if you
pickled
were
onion.
to touch,
No,
if you
no,
were to
no.
touch a fried egg and then touch your eye, surely
No.
that is
No,
the same.
touch the corner of your eyeball now. That is.
I won't be able to see.
As a
you can do the
contact lens
side.
wearer.
Yeah. It's hard boiled or nothing. It's not fried.
Will the iris burst and leak colour across my eye like a yolk?
No.
I genuinely don't know the answer to that. I mean, that's a surreal question. But is your is your actual eye full of liquid?
Well, I imagine so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Is
think
it?
so.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yes, it definitely is because I've dissected not a human eye, but a sheep's eye.
Very much like a pickled onion.
in biology.
What?
What? And water came out.
Yeah, it's definitely liquid
Vinegar
based.
came out, actually.
Vinegar. Oh, a lovely silver skin.
Yes. Yes.
Sponsored by Haywoods or whoever it is who makes.
Is it
pickled onions.
Harwood's or Haywoods? I'm really not sure.
Can you Google it? Because I've
I
got
can't
Brian
because I sound
Turner.
like a robot.
Yeah.
Brian.
Let me just check. Hayward's pickled onions. Oh, I put Hayward Spickerman. Oh dear. Pickled onions. Here we go. It is Hayward's. It's Hayward's pickled
There's
onions.
Haywoods. Shout out to Haywoods.
Yeah.
They didn't want to sponsor our what's that lunch or Ploughman's lunch episode, so they're not
Oh, here
going to
we
want to
go.
sponsor one
Here
on.
we go. Bring a share.
What?
Bring a share.
Bring
Bring
a
a share.
Right, have a lovely
Bring
week,
a
everyone.
share. Bye.
Bye now.
Bye.
Is there music playing?